So, here is an estimate of how long it might take to count to 6 million. So I'm going to need to think about how long it takes me to say a given number. And I'm going to do a little experiment with these 10 numbers, say them out loud, and time how long it takes me. And doing that took me about 45 seconds to say 10 typical numbers. So I can deduce from that my time per number might be about 4.5 seconds. I've got to say 6 million different numbers, so I'm going to estimate that that's my 4.5 seconds times 6 million, which gives me 27 million seconds. The trouble is that it's quite difficult to get a handle on what we mean when we say 27 million seconds. I can't relate to that in any other period of time that means something to me. So I'm going to need to do some division, divide it by 60, and that'll give me minutes. Still, I'm not really there. I don't have any intuitive idea about what 450,000 minutes is. So if I divide by 60 again, I get to hours, and I've got 7,500 hours. And again, still struggling a little bit to put that into any kind of perspective. So if I work with my 7,500 hours and think about a working day, well, how many hours a day can I count non-stop? Well, I think I'm going to need 8 hours sleep, some time to eat, some time for other things, and some free time. I don't think it's realistic to count non-stop for more than 8 hours a day. So that's what a working day is going to be for me in this case. So if I take my 7,500 hours and I divide it by 8, then I'll get 937.5 days. And now we're beginning to put it into a context that means something. Months and years spring to mind. So if I go with a 30-day month and divide that by 30, then I end up with about 31 months. And now I'm into some real perspective, as I'm thinking 31 months is about 2.5 years. So that's counting every day for 8 hours a day. No weekends, no holidays. I could take my estimation to another level by including those. But yeah, saying I'm going to count for 8 hours a day for 31 months, 2.5 years, that's how long it would take me to count until 6 million. And suddenly I think 6 million has come into a totally different perspective in terms of its size. Numbers that we reel off, or we know what they mean, but we haven't really put them into any perspective. Now I think this timing exercise has done that. It would take me 31 months of counting 8 hours every day. And I think that the reason I wanted to choose the number 6 million here is because if we think about the Holocaust, approximately 6 million Jewish people were killed during the Holocaust. And if I hear that statistic, which is horrific on any level, putting into the perspective of counting to that number has helped me to reflect on the size and the significance of it at the same time.